Hey, I'm Josh from Vacuums R Us and Sewing 2 in Boulder in Arvada, Colorado, and today I'm going to show you how to replace a power switch in a Miele canister. I'm also going to show you how to troubleshoot a couple things in here. So this came in for the symptom of not turning on. Best case scenario, if you have a Miele that's not turning on, it could be the power switch. They range from 15 to 25 bucks, and the installation really varies on your model. What we're looking at today is an S8. It's the same as the C3. So if you have an S8 or a C3, this video is going to be very relevant as far as getting inside the machine. If you have an older machine, you're probably going to find none of this is relevant. It's much easier to get into, however. These are difficult machines to get into. If you look on the internet, you're going to see a bunch of videos that say you have to have special tools to get into it. I do want to warn you ahead of time, it is really easy to break the components on this because the machine is snapped together more than it's screwed together. So you're going to be snapping little things here and there apart. You don't really need any extra tools. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to use a putty knife. So this strip that goes around the machine connects the top and bottom half of the machine together. You can start by taking it apart from up here. And this is a lot like working on a Samsung or an iPhone, where stuff is pressed together just right. You got to just pop it just the right places to get it apart. So I'm going to go into the crack here between this bezel back here and the power switch. And you see I pop that up right there. And now I can kind of pull that off a little bit right there, right? I'll repeat the same on the other side. I'll pop that up a little bit. So now I have this back. And then there, to get the power switch off, again, that's snapped in, or that, I'm sorry, that's the cord reel switch. And I'll pop it out. After you get it off, you can see that there's a tab right here that I had pressed into right there. There's also a tab that's on the front as well that you can depress to get it to pop off. At the rear, you have these little thingies that push in the rear, and both sides are the same. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat that on this side. Pop that tab out a little bit. There we go. You see I'm loose now. And then the rear will just kind of slide out once you get that off. So now I have these power switches off, which is great. I'm going to take the lid off now as well. For this, you'll need a flathead screwdriver. Probably one that's a little bigger than this, and then you just go under here and kind of wiggle, and that's gonna just pop right out on both sides. You just wiggle a little bit and it'll pop out. There's no electrical connections there. The electricity that flows to your power hose, the connection that's made there is actually a plug right here, which plugs in when you close the lid. So there's no wires that run directly into this hood, and it just comes off completely clean. I'm gonna pop this. This is a brand new filter in this machine, so I'm gonna pop this and get it out of the way so I don't mess it up. Okay, so this is if this is a new machine that's never been opened, you may need to pop your sides right here a couple times to delatch it. We're going to take out these screws, and these are Torx screws. A lot of people call them stars. They're not standard Phillip head. These are T20 is the size. If you're going to go buy the bits for this, it's a T20 specifically. Screws out of the way, and I think that is all the screws I needed for the upper housing, if I remember correctly. And if it's, yeah, it came right apart. If it doesn't come apart and it sticks, just try popping the side a few times, and that will loosen it up. So you'll see this gray strip that's coming off is a separate piece. And then you have your upper housing. So we've now exposed the power switch right here, but we can't test it because we can't get to any of the wires there. Okay, so there's two other screws I just popped out. One up here that hides under the filter right here, and there's one down this that's buried down there. It's quite deep. So when you do get your T20 Torx bits, you want to get the long bits like what I have to be able to reach down there. So now this is going to pop up, but it's a little bit tight because there's an electrical plug where it plugs into the lower base. So you kind of have to wiggle it back and forth. The plug is right here. That's where you're going to feel your pressure. You can take a very small flathead and pop it right here, and then you hear it just came undone. But you got to be super careful, otherwise if this is a customer machine you're working on, you can leave marks there, which is not professional. Okay, so now this is the plug I was talking about that we were sticking on. And so now what we have exposed, we have the printed circuit board and we have the power switch. We don't have to go any farther at this point if the power switch is the issue, right? So I'm going to test the power switch for continuity real quick. And what we're looking for is in one position, the power switch should not have continuity. That's the off position. And then the other position, it should have continuity. So I'm gonna take my multimeter. This is the setting I use on my multimeter to check continuity. I always check, make sure I have it set right, everything's connected. So then I'll touch both poles of the switch. I can hear the beep, so I have continuity here, which means the switch does have power going through it. I'm gonna turn the switch off, and now I have no continuity. Testing again, I'll turn it on, and now I have continuity. So what this tells me in this case is that my switch is good. If your switch is bad, it's very easy, it's a really easy repair. You just pop the switch out. There's two little clips on either side of it that are gonna hold it in. You pop it out, and then you just pull these blades off, which are really tight on this one. You pull these blades off, and you can go ahead and replace the switch. I'll link to the part number as well as a few places that you can get that switch below. Now, if you find that the switch is functioning, you have something else going on here. And there's a couple of different possibilities. Cord reels on Miele's tend to go bad pretty frequently.